Okay, so this is journal page 260, which is for lesson 11.4, which is talking about rotations. And it starts off saying, tell whether the shaded figure is a rotation of the non-shaded figure about the origin. If so, give the angle and the direction of rotation. So, like I said, I would normally use maybe parchment paper or wax paper to be able to do this. And here's how I would do that. So I would put the, this is parchment paper, over the original worksheet right here. And it wants to know, is the shaded figure a rotation of the non-shaded? So I put a little crosshairs right on here so I remember where the origin was and my paper doesn't get moved. And I'm just going to sketch in my original shape right there. Now I put my pencil tip right on the origin, and let's see, if I rotate this 90 degrees, it goes right here. If I rotate it another 90, which would be 180, it goes right here. So notice that that shape did not match up to the shaded figure. It did not match up. If I go another 90, it won't match up. There's nowhere I can go where this is going to match up on there. I mean, it goes over it, but it doesn't match up. So this first one is a no. It is not a rotation of the original figure, which means I'm guessing this next one will be a yes, but we're going to try it out anyway. So again, I have another piece of parchment paper here. I put my crosshairs for my origin in there so my paper doesn't move around. It also helps me that crosshairs lets me know rotating 90 degrees is just making that rotate like that. I'm not even looking at the rest of the paper. I'm not looking at the image when I rotate. I'm just looking at these crosshairs here. So I have to see, is the shaded figure an image of this non-shaded figure? So let's see. If I rotate 90 degrees clockwise, I get it right there. Another 90 degrees clockwise, and I get it right there. And yes, it does match up. So it was two 90 degrees clockwise rotations, which is 180 degrees clockwise. So yes, and it's 180 degrees. And really, you could put clockwise or counterclockwise there because they would both give you the same image because it's 180. So I'm going to put clockwise, though. Clockwise. For the next problems, it says, the vertices of a triangle are, and then it gives them, rotate the triangle and, as described, find the coordinates of the image. So here's what we'll do. We will plot it in there. So we've got A is at 1, 1. B is at 3, 1. And C is at 3, 4. Okay, so there is our original. And it's A, B, and C there. And the same thing over here, so it's going to be A and B and C here as well. A, B, C. So here it says 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So I'll put this in here. Crosshairs in there on the origin, put in my original figure, and when I do that, I'm going to label my A, B, and C so that I know where my A prime, B prime, and C prime are. So 90 degrees clockwise, so it's a quarter turn clockwise. I make sure that those crosshairs line right up, and then that shows me where this A, B, and C is going to show up. Now, the problem is it's not on that paper down there, and that's where I have to put it. So now I keep my paper still like this, and I make it so I can fold it up. Okay, C is going to go right here. C prime, that is. And then 1, 2, 3 back, it's going to be the B prime. So right here, B prime. And then A prime is right there, so A prime. Now I can redraw it in. And make sure that lines up. Yep, right where I wanted it. I could, if I wanted to, double check, yep, there's the original. 90 degrees clockwise gets me right onto the new, okay? So now I can take this paper off there, and I have my A prime, B prime, and C prime, and I can give the coordinates for it. So A prime is at 1, -1. B prime is at 1, -3. And C prime is at 4, -3. Awesome. Same kind of thing over here. I already have it drawn in, so that's nice. And it says this time, 270 degrees counterclockwise about vertex A. So not about the origin, but about vertex A. So here we go. And this time, I'm not going to put my crosshairs at the origin because I'm not going to be spinning it about the origin. It's going to be about vertex A. So I put my crosshairs on vertex A. Then I redraw this in. And I make sure I write this as C, and this as B, and this as A. Now, because I'm rotating it about A is not going to move. And it's 270 counterclockwise, which would be the same as 90 degrees clockwise. But we're going to go 270 counterclockwise, which is a 90, another 90, and a third 90. And now, line up those crosshairs. A didn't move, and I can see where my A prime, B prime, C prime will have to go. C prime will go right here, so I'll move this. Right there is my C prime. 1, 2, 3 back is my B prime. So 1, 2, 3 back, B prime, and A are the same point. So we'll leave it right like that. Now I can move this and draw that in. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So similar to this one over here, although we did not rotate it about the origin, we rotated it about point A, vertex A. Now I have to give those coordinates. Well, the A prime and A are the same point, so it'll have the same coordinates. So it's still 1, 1. B prime is now at 1, -1. And C prime is at 4 for my X and -1 for my Y. There are the new coordinates. So you can see how using this parchment paper really makes it easy to see those rotations, and without some kind of a see-through paper like that, it is really tough for me, at least, to see what's going on there. Number 5, a triangle is rotated 180 degrees about the origin. Its image is reflected in the y-axis, and the vertices of the final triangle are given. So I have some paper here, and we're going to plot in the final triangle. The final triangle is at -4, -4, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. And -2, -4, so 1, 2, -4. And -3, -1. 1, 2, 3, 1. All right, so I've got this. Here's my final triangle. So now we got to work backwards to see where this thing even started at. Okay? And it's going to ask for the vertices, and it doesn't tell us any labels for these, which kind of bothers me. We'll call this one X, this one Y, and this one, well, X and Y on a coordinate plane kind of gets a little confusing because we've got an x-axis and y-axis. Instead, we'll just go with the traditional A, B, and C. Okay, so what happened to this thing right before it was done? It says the image is reflected in the x-axis. So we have to go and reflect it back through the x, or in the x-axis here, which, since this was done 2 times, this is actually our double prime, was the finale. Let's get back to our single prime. Well, going across the x-axis, C was 1 away, so it'll still be 1 away, but on the other side, and that'll be our C prime. B was 1, 2, 3, 4 away, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 away. That'll be our B prime. And same with A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll be our A prime. So now I'm going to sketch that one in. That's our image after just the rotation. So now we've got to, there's where we ended. And it said 180 degrees about the origin. It didn't say clockwise or counterclockwise, and the reason being, when it's 180 degrees, it doesn't matter. So we'll put this in. It was about the origin, so we'll do that. We'll sketch in our image here. C prime, B prime, A prime. And now we'll go back 180 degrees to get back to where this thing started for the whole thing. So 190 degrees and then a second 90 degrees gives us 180. And here's where we have to end up. So we'll put these in. C will be here. Now that's just regular C because we're back to our original figure. There's A and B. Sketch that in. Make sure I got it in the right spot. Yes, I do. So there is the original. And then we're supposed to, what are the vertices of the original? So for the vertices, I'll just put them off to the side here. We'll go A, B, and C. A is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, negative 4. B is at 1, 2, negative 4. And C is at 1, 2, 3, negative 1. Excellent. So that is where our image actually started, right there. If we want to be doubly, triply sure that this is correct, we would go through what it said. It said, okay, well, the triangle is rotated 180 degrees about the origin, so let's do that. 180 from our original this time, so we started at the original. 180 would put us right there. Okay, great. So there's our triangle. And then it's reflected in the x-axis. Bing, and it got us right here, where this problem really all started, which was at the end, which is a little confusing, but whatever. We did it. All right, have an awesome night. See ya!